Hello and welcome to Flying Friday. And even though we're flying Air America, we are in Nepal. Yes, we are in Nepal. We are in a Pilatus PC6C or something like that. It sounds like a fax machine. All right, let's get this thing going here. Now, what are we doing? We are sitting at one airport. We're going to fly to one of the most dangerous airports. Switch cover. There's my starter switch. One of the most dangerous airports around. There she goes. She should be starting up here in a moment. It is Lukla. Lukla? I looked it up and I have forgotten it. Now, why are we running the Pilatus here? Well, we're running the Pilatus because it is capable of doing this. Are you going to start? Should. Come on, baby. Let's come switch on. All right. Fuel's in. Oh, there it comes. I hear the turbine starting up. Now, why are we in the Pilatus? We're in the Pilatus because, well, the route that we have to fly is such that you want an aircraft that has a turbine. And here at the Pilatus, we have just such a creature. We have a turbine-powered aircraft. What are you? Yeah, let's turn that off. Should be nav, strobes, logo, why not? We don't need that. Flip on some landing lights. There we go. Get some flaps. Okay, we're going to maximize flaps. The other thing is, this is an extreme STOL aircraft. Now, they fly slightly different aircraft into VNLK. Dadgummit. I was hoping that I'd have the, where's my nearest? VNLK should give me the, yeah, Lukla. So they fly DHC-6s into Lukla. The only way you get into Lukla, and I went and looked this up, is you can fly out of Kathmandu. Now, why is Lukla so dangerous? Actually, you know what? Let's get in the air and then we'll talk about that. Turn up the engine because we like engine noise, right? Yes. All right, so let's spool this baby up. The beautiful thing about this aircraft, short field performance. Now, if we succeed, I have a couple other aircraft we're going to take into the skies here. How's that for short field performance? I got a few more aircraft that we're going to take into the skies, and they're going to be a little bit more challenging. So we're going to start with this one because the challenge is much less. Now, you're not going to take a piston pounder up here very easily. You're going to be in close valleys and high altitude. If you have a turbo super, then you'd be able to take your piston pounder up here. But you're only going to find really good turbo supers in the higher performance aircraft. We're not going to do that. We're gonna lope with this bird here. I'd like positive rate, please, such as I can perceive a positive rate. Wrong way. Other way. There we go. Oop. Come on. There. Okay. Now I should be able to pull the GPS over here. I've turned terrain on for you. Alright, so there's Lukla right there. We just took off from here. Now, notice the terrain. The dark color is higher elevation. The light color is lower elevation. Now you'll notice there's a valley that runs up and dead ends up here. So you have to fly up a dead end valley to get Lukla. That is why it's so dangerous. If you don't properly fly up this valley, you have no turnarounds up here. Additionally, when we approach Lukla, you'll see just how difficult Lukla really is to approach. Now here, we'll actually pull this in here. So there's the valley, and we're going to kind of follow this bit of the valley, and then then the idea is you kind of sneak along this side and then turn it in. Now there's one way in, one way out. You can't go this way out of Lukla because there's a really steep mountain there. So you go in, turn around, and come out. Usually we take off and land so that we're going into the wind. You don't have that option here. So it is kind of an interesting flight in that respect, and it is considered one of the more dangerous. I did look this up. I found a package deal out of Kathmandu. I'd have to get to Kathmandu first, but out of Kathmandu, and it was I think it was $450 US round trip, just for a round trip day flight from Kathmandu to Lukla and back. And I was like, wow, that's not bad. And then I looked at airfare into Kathmandu and I was like, okay, yeah, that's kind of bad. Still, something to consider. I would totally do that too, by the way. Just so we're all on the same page about that. Alright, we're flying up into the Himalayas. Why is Lukla flown to so much? Well, Lukla is the closest airport to the mighty Mount Everest. So if you're going to go climbing the mountain, you're going to have to fly to Lukla. Now, it looks like if I just hop... Let me go back outside really quick. So if I hop this little ridge line coming here, that should line me up with the valley we need to fly into. Now, I'm not sure if that's Everest right over there, or if that's Everest over there. Quite honestly, I don't know my mountains very well. Not a big mountaineer. I read enough stories about bad things happening on Everest. Okay, we're about 7 minutes out. If we land this plane successfully, we will go and get... I'm thinking I'll go get the King Air. And... maybe the DHC-6. I have both of those. And if we manage that, we're going to go crazy. We're going to attempt, and I don't think it's possible, but we're going to make an attempt to land a jet on Lukla. A small jet, because it's a short airfield. I don't think it's possible. I really don't. Not the approach that you'd have to take, but it might be. I'm thinking we're going to use the in-game Lear 45 because I'm lazy. Isn't it a pretty plane, though? I mean, it's not actually. It's an absolutely ugly plane. But, hey, you know. Amazing STOL performance. That was a mountain. Alright, I think we are... Let's see, where are we at? Coming up on 10,000, which is good, because I think the airfield's at 9,500, 9,600? No, can't be. 92, maybe. Alright, let's make sure I actually enter the correct valley here. Alright. And this would be our correct valley. Now, I didn't do a whole lot of... I looked into Lukla a little bit. I didn't really check its... how much it was used before the era of turboprop aircraft. But I would presume that until turboprop aircraft, it was more of a trick to get in and out of Lukla. You'd have to come in a high altitude and kind of drop down into the valley. It would have been a little bit more dangerous. I've tried this flight in a true piston pounder, just a twin engine, like DC-3 style thing. I didn't make it. Once I got into the valley and I needed to gain altitude quickly, it just wasn't going to happen. Yeah, you get behind the curve too fast. All right, we're 4 minutes out from Lukla according to my GPS over here. Handy dandy GPS. Alright, so the valley that is off my right wingtip, that's the valley we're going to go into. We're not going to go directly into it. Do you think that's Everest? Or do you think that's K2? Or is that Everest? I'm going to go with that just because I feel like it today. That's Everest. Alright. Where are we here? 9 nautical miles out. Show you a little bit better. Let me pull this over here. A little bit better what we're doing. So there's the runway's position right there. We're going to fly here, and then we're going to go in. So see, there's a ridge line right here that we're trying to avoid. That fault off there. So we're trying to avoid this ridge line as we line up. Now you can't really see, is this slightly lighter color actually is where Lukla is. There's this darker color right here. So we actually are going to have a ridge line between us and the runway. Makes it so much more entertaining. Runway's somewhere over there. So there's 2 spurs. That spur right there is our first spur. And I say that spur right there. Mouse. Spur right there, that I think is our first spur. And that is our second spur, and Lukla's just on the other side of that spur there. Whee! Fun stuff. Whee! Look at all the sky. Oh, it's a sky. Alright. I like to keep the GPS because I can get easily lost. It's really easy to lose Lukla in the forest here, because it does kind of pop around the ridge line. Alright. I want to start preparing. See, I would think that that's it right down there, but I'm wrong. It's not. Now, the nice thing about this aircraft is I can reverse this engine in air, and I've done it before, and it actually helps a great deal landing in some of these airports. I was screwing around with a couple different airports. I was trying different landings all over the Andes, and this one turned out to be the more difficult looking one, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna land at the highest airport in FSX, and I flew to it and I'm like, it's in a giant plane. Well, that's no fun. And I wasn't in a giant plane, you know what I mean. Stop laughing at me. Alright, Lukla. I need visual. Alright, it's just on the other side. Alright, I now have a piece of equipment in the way. Hold on. Alright, there's Lukla right there. See it? That's it. Just on the other side of that ridge. So that's what we're heading for. Little strip of tarmac. So that's why I run the GPS, because it's so easy to miss it unless you are watching. It stays hidden until the last possible second. Okay. Now, in reality, Lukla actually has, when you land this approach, the runway goes uphill, which assists in stopping the aircraft. Don't think, everything I've read, FSX does not model that very well. Okay, let's see if we can clear this ridge line. Now, if I land this airplane here, you know it's going to take off. This plane is just ridiculously powerful, short field aircraft. Hey, trees. Hello, trees. Okay, here we go. And reverse. Come on, baby. Alright, so I didn't land on the runway, but... oh, crap. That wasn't a good landing at all. Thank goodness for this aircraft. Oh. Ooh. Alright, so that wasn't the best. Actually overshot that pretty badly. Yeah, I needed to actually kiss the 90 to land this aircraft properly on this particular spot. And I came in way too hot, but there you go. We made it to Lukla with the Pilatus. Not going to be hard to take off out of here, in fact. It's relatively easy. Should be able to take off relatively quick here. There we go. And away we go. Alright. Let's go get... I'm going to get the... I don't know. Either the King or the de Havilland. One or the other. Alright, we're back. We are in our de Havilland DHC-6 Twin Otter. Alright, we really ought to be taking off the other way, but oh well. Flaps are down. Let's go for it. So this flight should be relatively quick and uneventful, I hope. I would assume. I love how almost every airport in Nepal is on a mountaintop. It's like, oh, let's fall off the mountaintop. Yay! On the bright side, it does mean if you overrun the runway, you just kind of go woo back into the air, which is not good on landing, but is good for taking off. Alright, I figured I was going to use this because this is what they fly in and out of the airport on a pretty constant basis. In fact, I got this one in Caribbean livery. Or not Caribbean, Peruvian. Ha! LC Peru! Because I figured, well, you know, in Peru they have the Andes. Here they have this. It just, in my mind, made sense. Be quiet. Just because it doesn't make sense in your mind doesn't mean anything. Alright. We are on course. Let's turn around so we can actually see our plane. Yay! Yay, plane. This plane should be nice, rough, and ready, and we should be able to slam it onto the deck reasonably hard, I would hope. Now we're going to want to approach a little bit slower than we did with the Pilatus. The Pilatus, the whole reason we overran that runway is because I came in way too fast. I don't know what I was doing there. That is not the proper approach speed. I should have had that aircraft just barely flying well before I even attempted that ridge line. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll speed up the video until we get near Lukla, until we get about to the point where we're going to have to start making the turn in for approach. And once I get to that point, then I'll slow everything down and we'll be back to we'll be back to me. So enjoy my derpy flying while you can. All right, here we go. Right around that corner is our target. Oh look, they can see us. All right. So this time we don't want to go in hot, because last time we went in hot and it didn't turn out so well. So let's go ahead and start setting ourselves up for a decent landing. We gotta just make sure we actually get around the ridge. Good thing. All right, we're down at 100 knots, 100 miles an hour. Ha ha ha, 100 knots. Start going that direction. Now my goal is going to put it in 80 knots. I think I can manage in this plane without too much trouble, I think. Yeah, it looks like I'm not going to have too much trouble with 80 knots. Make sure we don't hit the mountain on that side, huh? I think with around 80 knots, we should be able to bring this plane to a quick stop at the proper location. Yeah, I've completely overshot that, haven't I? Wow. I'm doing some sort of weirdness here. Well, alright, fine. I was so busy paying attention to the knots, and I was like, ugh. Alright, fine. Let's head towards the mountain now. Let's try to crash. No, let's not. Okay. Let's go ahead and give her full flap. Full flap now. Need more throttle because we're going to stall otherwise. Okay. Here we go. Let's try not to screw this. You know, flying this, I suddenly really have a desire to go and fly into Lukla. That turns that off. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Crap. Reverse thrust is actually on already, guys. Oh, there. Come on. Hold on. And can I actually make it by the end of the runway? And he does. By pure luck and crazy flying. All right, there we go. There is our de Havilland DHC-6. We've made it. Whoa. Do we do King Air next? Do we do Jet next? King Air is not a STOL aircraft. We'll try the King Air next. We'll be right back with the King Air. I know. I said I was going to come back with the King Air. What I did is I went and I looked at the King Air and the performance specs of the King Air, and I was like, it's the difference in landing speed between that and the DHC-6 is such that I was like, well, I pulled up the DHC-6 really quickly. The King Air doesn't have the stopping necessarily of the Twin Otter, but I thought about it and I was like, you know what? This is a heck of a lot more fun. Let's take this. All right. We have some flaps out. We have our Lear. This is going to end badly. You know it's going to end badly. I don't know why you'd assume it wasn't going to end badly, but let's put this over here so we can find our spot. Turn on terrain so I can see what I'm doing. All right. The nice thing is, this will be quick. All right, I'm actually having to stand on the brakes because I found out that this Lear just likes to wander, apparently. All right. Get those engines fanned up. This is the moment of truth. If I can even take off. If I take off the other way, I think I could probably do it. I don't know how much leeway I'm going to have over here. Is everyone ready for this? Here we go. Can we take off yet? No. Are there any trees in our way? No. Okay, hold on, everybody. This is gonna get silly really fast. Here we go. Woo! Fly, my pretty, fly! Just jump off the end. Yes, that's a good idea. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Yeah, this isn't gonna end well. That's why we have that runway like that, so we can just kind of hop off the end. Whee! Into the void. Alright. I think I'm going to do is a completely different approach. So we've been going up this valley. I think what I'm going to aim to do is actually not go up the valley. What I'm going to aim to do is fly a long approach, sorta, towards Lukla. Yeah, it's not going to end well. It's going to end in a disaster. Let's all just agree to that. Like, there's no way that this could end in anything other than a disaster, right? Alright, my flips are up, right? Yeah. I'm literally having to force this plane to be going level. I don't really need it to go level. I need it to go up some, but she just wants to climb, climb, climb. Alright, I can that to adjust it down. There we go. Whew. Get it down to a more sane 1,800 feet per minute. That's probably good. 716. Okay, fine. Whatever, plane. Whatever. Whatevs, plane. Okay, now I need to actually to go up. Why are you such an evil aircraft? Okay. We're gonna go loopy loopy. Okay, I think we can turn in some here. Alright, so 9,000 is our target altitude. 9,000-ish is what we're going to aim for. We're just blew through 9,500, which is fine. Just, yeah. I don't know if I'm making the right decision by doing this long thing here. I just have a bad feeling we're going to put this plane off the end of the runway. And then, unlike that other place, there's no place to go if I overrun. According to GPS, we're a whole 4 minutes away. According to my brain, we need to just do something else. But here we are, flying a Learjet towards the mountains. Nepal. That'd be a cool place to visit. Alright, so somewhere over there is our airfield. Yeah. This is gonna, I don't know why I did this. Why did you guys talk me into this? Oh, I talked myself into it. Never mind. Alright, so I want to aim basically for the stall speed of this airplane. Because I think what my idea is going to be. My approach speed will be stall speed. So that sounds like a really good idea for me right now. Alright, plane, you need to quit this climbing crap. So we're at 12,000 feet and that's just way too high right now. Woo, a little bit of wind, a little bit of mountain wind. Okay. Now my airport is right over there. Okay. See, I'm trying to identify the landmarks. It's actually hard to do. I think that's our ridge right there. That's what I believe to be our ridge. Okay, so we'll want to skirt the ridge. Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna try to line up 60 on the radial, since technically the runway is a 6 runway 6. I'm a fool for doing this. This is the stall speed of this aircraft anyway. Probably information I should have looked up. Looks like we need to do some more climbing here. I don't want to climb too high though. So let's aim for this. This is more nerve-wracking than landing at Telluride. Telluride isn't an easy approach either. You know, they do the mission with you flying this Lear into Telluride. Yeah. Alright, we are 9 nautical miles away. Alright, so let's start making some basic settings here. Got 1 notch of flap out. Yep. Oh, they can sort of see us. Okay, down to 167. Okay, that's fine. So I just want to clear that ridge in front of us. That ridge is really, really tall. Maybe not. Maybe I want to go over here. Okay, they see us now. So in theory, I could turn towards the airport. Oh no, this... Okay, let's go. Okay, that's the ridge. I got the ridge now. Alright, let's go ahead and drop gear. Another notch of flap on board. Do we have gears? We do! Yay! We got gear. We got gear. We're disappearing behind a ridge. It's not good. Where are you, Lukla? Lukla, where are you? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Whoa, crap. Okay. There's Lukla. Alright, I have Lukla in sight.
Sink rate.
No sinking.
Don't sink.
No sinking. No,
Don't sink.
That's... Okay. What do you think the stall speed is of this aircraft? It's got to be 150, probably? No, it's probably one... I don't know. Alright, all the flaps. We want all the flaps. We have all the flaps now. Yes, we do. Alright. This shall be death. Death to us, I'm sure. But I do have air brakes. Which will be nice. Because I'm going to have to do that kind of like dive down into the airport. Probably going to have all kinds of terrain warnings and all kinds of other silliness going on here in a moment. Try to hold one. I'm trying to hold about 165 down there, which I'm pretty coming close to it. We're tracking wrong. Okay, there. All right, prep air brakes. Air brakes are prepped. Cut the throttle. Actually, maybe that's
Don't
a
sink.
bad idea right now.
Don't sink.
No. Just clear it.
Don't sink.
Hush.
Sink rate.
Yeah, hush.
Pull up.
No.
Pull up.
Go down. Down.
Pull
Crash
up.
landing. Oh, that wasn't very good.